Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm going to be showing you guys all of the LEGO Vidiyo sets that I own, but not all the minifigures. Sadly, I don't have Bandmates Series 1 with me here at school. I do have Bandmates Series 2, but I haven't opened them yet, and so I'd really just like to focus on the sets in this video anyway, because the minifigures are great, but I feel like everybody knows that the Vidiyo minifigures are great. It's the actual builds and the physical product here that a lot of people don't like. All right, so we're gonna start things out with the Beat Bits. These are little 2x2 printed tiles that you get in every single one of these sets, and you're supposed to be able to scan them and do stuff with them in the game. That's what these are. They're like little stages for you to put your minifigures on, and then you can surround them with Beat Bits and make music videos. I haven't tried the app. I might, but I mean, Vidiyo's been officially canceled. Like, they said that they were delaying sets, but they've just canceled them. And I think that that is a shame, because even if you don't like Vidiyo, at least it's something new and like eclectic that LEGO's trying. And some of the sets that were canceled sound really cool. I might do a video on them later, but yeah, so I do think it kind of sucks, even though I get why people don't like the music aspect of it. The Beat Bits, for the most part, are pretty cool. Every set comes with a couple of exclusives. This is the one from the Candy Castle stage. This is the one from the Boombox. This is the one from the Boombox set. I really like some of the exclusives here, like that vampire, and I think that one was exclusive as well. Not sure, don't remember 100%. And then this is the one from the pirate ship set, and I think that this one has some really nice exclusives, like that octopus over there. It has some nice pirate ones over there too. So yeah, I think that they're nice for the most part, but the biggest problem is that they're all printed terribly. Like, LEGO has a really big problem with printing opaque colors on dark pieces, and you can see that every single one of these, for the most part, suffers from that. Like, this one is good, but like these two are too pale. That one's kind of too pale. Like, several of these are too pale, especially that one in the corner, and that just really sucks. I mean, if you're going to invest in a theme enough to print every piece in it that's decorated, I'd really like to see them be higher quality. And then you get a bunch of extras as well, but a bunch of them repeat. I think there's like 80 different designs to collect, and there's just so many of these that I don't really care about them. The exclusive ones are cool, but I'm not going to try to like track these down. That's kind of the idea for these Beatboxes as well. They're just carrying cases for minifigures, and you can store accessories and Beat Bits in them. I really like the printed up detail at the back, and they all come with great minifigures, but these are $20 each, which is just way too much money. I probably got these for like 15 each, which still feels like a waste of money. I'd say they're good at like 10 and below. And then I do have a fourth one. I have like the Candy Mermaid one, but again, she's at home, so sorry about that. But I didn't want to wait to make this video, because, you know, I don't think this is going to get many views anyway. People don't really care about this theme. But this is the Folk Fairy Beatbox. I do like the new parts that were developed here. So like, you can open it like this, and it's a little bit hard. I also hate that squeaking noise that like the plastic makes against the rubber. These are like newly developed rubber pieces to carry them. So inside you've got, again, Beat Bits, and I do really like this minifigure. Like, this is one of my favorite minifigures from LEGO Vidiyo. I just think that the fairy design is really cool, and I love this new wing piece. Great color for that Barbara Gordon LEGO Batman movie hair as well. And then back here, this is where the extra Beat Bits are stored, and you could also put their musical accessories in here instead of having them hold them. That's okay, but these kind of fall out like really easily. Like, they don't sit in there well at all, in my opinion. Like, the second I would turn this upside down, they would all fall out. And so I don't really love that part of them. All of the other boxes pretty much just have the same design. And for all of them, I basically just bought them for the minifigure, because that's kind of all I care about. So here's the metal dragon one. I really like this one as well, reusing those pieces from that CMF series. And again, Vidiyo minifigures are great. So they all have like a really nice amount of printing. And then this is the Punk Pirate. And it's kind of harder to open than I thought. And this guy's also really cool. I like the newly developed Mohawk mold, and that kind of anchor-looking guitar is a cool new mold as well. As for the sets, we'll take a look at the Candy Castle stage first. I do think that this one is really cool just because of the colors. I like all of the colors on display here. This is a gummy bear minifigure, so I do like, this is like transparent plastic molded over solid plastic, which is really interesting. And transparent pieces are always cool to get. And then I really love this new hair mold. This was on the Candy Mermaid as well. I really hope LEGO reuses that a lot in the future. Other than that, this set is fairly basic. You've got some like twisting parts so that you can, you know, kind of change up the look of the stage, but it's not like super successful in my opinion. It's okay, but it's just kind of a boring feature. And then around the back, you do have some more detail. So back here, oh, I think these guys spin as well. Yeah, like that doesn't really offer me anything. Back here, there's like a chocolate bath, which I think is really cool. I love getting that piece. And then there's just, you know, like a vanity, and that looked kind of unfinished. I don't think there are supposed to be pieces on there. And then there's like some treats in here. So this is an okay set, but mostly one that I just bought for the pieces. So it's going to get like broken down for parts as soon as this video is over. Then we've got the Punk Pirate ship, which is one that I was actually pretty excited for. I do think that this one is a much better build than the Candy Castle stage, but it still just doesn't offer you a lot. I like the vibrant coral and teal color scheme. The gray is just used as a highlight, and the minifigures here are epic. So you've got this shark guy reusing a Bandmates piece. That's really, really awesome. Then we've got this mermaid, again, a really cool minifigure, and I love this new hair mold. I thought it would be rubbery because it looks rubbery, but it's actually not. And I do quite like vibrant coral. I know that some people don't, and it is really bright, but I think it's a cool color. I also really want to see that hairpiece reused. And then there's this crazy octopus drummer, which I think is also just adorable. This is rubber, which I wasn't really expecting, but he's an octopus, so I think it's kind of cute. And then up here, you just got some drums, and then you have a ship's wheel, but like at the front. So that's kind of dumb to me because it's facing the opposite direction. Like the wheel's supposed to face like at the back. So I kind of feel like the wheel should have been up here with the drums somehow. And then you have just, again, like some more stage area. I'm guessing that you can turn this all into a stage in the game, and then more spinning things. So yeah, I think that these are kind of like hidden side stuff where you can scan them in game just because they're weird colors that kind of clash with the rest of this build. And then you can also turn this guy around, and that's actually a very nice build for a shark head up there. I think that that's really clever, and the skull build is also great. And then at the back, this has a more substantial interior, which I really appreciate. You have like clips to put accessories. You've got got a bunch of stuff in here: pizza, treasure map, some bottles, a surfboard. There's extra stud shooter shots in there. There's treasure in the chest. I was missing a jumper piece, and instead I was given a wedge plate that isn't even in the set. The one thing I don't like back here is that, again, it seems unfinished. Like, this is objectively a pretty decent build, so I wish that it would have just been closed up around the back and with a roof, because, I mean, how many more parts could that have taken? I don't think it really would have bumped the price of the set up. But other than that, there's not much else to say about this build. There is like the little play feature of the stud shooter at the front, but I think that's kind of weird actually, because these sets are basically just elaborate backdrops for music videos. So I think it's kind of weird to start throwing in play features. All right, and here we have the best set of the theme, in my opinion. This is the Boombox. This is $100 versus the Candy Castle stage is $30 and the Punk Pirate ship's $60. I do think all of these sets are a little bit overpriced, but this one I was really excited for because it has a little handle. It is, you know, more or less life size, and so I thought it would be like a really cool carrying case to just take your stuff around in, and it came with great minifigures. You've got this cat, which has an interesting dual molded headpiece, and then another fairy, which, again, I love the fairies, so I really, really like this minifigure. And the whole thing opens up, so you have to like unlatch it from the top, and then you pull down the front, and then the sides open up. And this seems like a really awesome set idea because you can spin around all of these kind of like speakers to match the 4 different minifigures included in the set. So you've got a vampire, so that's like what the red ones were, and also these guys at the bottom spin as well, as do these. So there's a lot of spinning going on here, and I think that that's really cool. Sorry, kind of hard to do it from so far away, but you guys get the idea. You've got the cat, and then you've got like the alien DJ, and then you have the fairy. And so I think it's great that you've got like those options to switch things up, and it's pretty easy to turn them around. You'll see you also have a bunch of different spaces to put minifigures because you can put them up here. You can put them like all over here. There's steps. So I appreciate how much space there is to position figures, and that's actually just an accessory because you also have a bunch of space up here that's usable. I really like that print, but you can put one over here. You can have people kind of playing the piano back here. But the issue is that once everything is closed up, there's really no space for anyone inside. And so that is one thing that kind of bothers me. And Lego kind of tries to fix that by having space at the back, because you can see there's all these gross gaps, but you can put like your fingers in here and open up the back. And this is supposed to be like a little relaxation area, so that's where I stored the other 2 minifigures. This is the vampire. He goes with the vampire in Bandmates Series 2, so I really like that one. And then here's the alien DJ, cool headpiece, and I like the Praetorian Guard shoulder pads recolored there. But there's still just not really any space down here. Like there's a little food area here, and you can like pop up these like these sub-assemblies because they're just on jumpers. But there's popcorn and some cookies. Then there's a couch with a drink and a little like Oscar statue there. And then there's a really nice printed TV stand. But this just really bothers me because there's no space to actually put minifigures. Like, you guys saw how those figures fell out when I took them out. And that's because if I have this guy sitting, he can't even fit there because his head is too big. And I just don't know why you would bother putting in space for minifigures that can't even be used. So even though I think that this set is the best in concept of the entire theme, I think that the execution could just be a lot better. Because to me, this set should have used its pieces better. It is like, I think, almost 1,000 pieces, but I feel like it should have just been a tiny bit bigger so that you could actually put your minifigures in it and then carry it around like a little carrying case, because I feel like that's what kids would want to do with a set like this. Overall, I can really see why Vidiyo failed, because to me, it wasn't like these aren't great sets. They are, I think, better than people give them credit for, and they have like some really cool features. But like if I was a kid, I would not pick something like this over the other kinds of sets that Lego makes. And I think that the problem with Vidiyo is kind of going back to Lego's other problems with electronic, like integrated sets. In this theme, it's more about what's on your phone than what's in front of you. And I think that that's a huge mistake. Like, you can't ask someone to buy a $100 Lego set and then be like, oh, but the most interesting things are on your phone, because you can't even sit a minifigure down on the couch that's made for them. So I think that that's a huge flaw that Hidden Side avoided, because Hidden Side was Lego's last augmented reality like experiment, and it did the AR thing a lot better than Vidiyo, because the physical products were perfect. They were fun sets with just unobtrusive things that would link to a video game. And from what I could tell with my experience with Hidden Side, the video game could have been better, but I was really happy with the sets. And for Vidiyo, it seems like nothing is better. It's like the app is half-baked, the sets aren't as good as they could be. The only true standouts, I think, from Vidiyo are the minifigures, and that's kind of a shame. Like, Lego pours so much money into stuff like this, and I feel like this was a massive failure for them. Like, it just was. And I don't know why, I don't know if they didn't do enough market research, but I just think that it's kind of sad that themes like this get so much money and effort poured into them, and then they turn out like this. So I truly think that Vidiyo could have been great. And so when they said that they were going to pause and redevelop it, I was like, okay, maybe you'll fix it. But it seems like they just gave up and they're canceling it instead. So that's a shame, but I hope that next time Lego tries doing an AR thing, they actually manage to make it more like Hidden Side. So that's it for today. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com, and I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.